Western World of Sports, ahoy! How is everybody doing? Nicole Payne, ahoy there. XJC, ahoy. Welcome along because it is final time. BBL14 is drawing to its thrilling conclusion. The Hobart Hurricanes and the Sydney Thunder. Two teams that at the start of the season, probably, if you had to choose the finalists right back then at the very start, two teams that you might not choose. I mean, the Hobart Hurricanes were bowled out for under 100 in one of their early games, and the Sydney Thunder have struggled to find form. But here they are, both of them, in the finals. Not just the finals, not just the finals themselves, but now the big one. The big grand final. Maddie Colkin, straight in with the heart me. Thank you so much. Cheers, Maddie. Nick Coxey. Hurricanes tonight. I agree. 100% I agree. Cricket Crips, ahoy there. Finally watching it while on your live. I'll drink to that. Cheers. Yes, indeed. I'm excited for this one. The Hurricanes have won the bat flip and they've elected to bowl first. And here at home, very, very crucial. I mean, they'll be hard to beat. And winning the toss and electing to field first just solidifies them as favourites in my mind. Favourites to win the match with the bookmakers. Favourites all around here. This Hobart Hurricanes team, I am so impressed with. I think the Hurricanes win quite comfortably. Tyson wants a prediction. Yeah, I think Hurricanes win quite comfortably. Let's see, they're batting second. So, what would we consider comfortable? Hurricanes to chase down the total with 4 overs to spare. Oh, that's bold, isn't it? In for the first ball. Riley Meredith, I think it is. Into bowl first. He has been on absolute fire this whole tournament, so why wouldn't you open a final with him? Starts right on the money in a dot ball. Fabulous bowling to begin with for Riley Meredith. David Warner could be a very key batsman here for the Thunder. And don't forget about those spin bowlers as well. Of course, it came up the other night that the Sydney Thunder, quite obviously, just full of spin bowlers. Meredith puts this one out slightly wider and Sanger slashes away. They've got protection down on the fence there. Deep backward point, a third man in place. But the Thunder are off and running. There's not a whole lot of build-up to these games, I find. Maybe I just haven't been putting the TV on in time, but it's not like the footy. The footy starts the coverage, what, like an hour before the actual game kicks off, and there's all sorts of stuff that experts talk about and whatnot. We don't seem to get that with the cricket, or not the Big Bash, I should say, specifically. I don't know if it's different on Fox. I watch it on Fox. Riley Meredith in again. To David Warner. This is the battle. A beautiful in-swinger right on the toes. Warner manages to scoop it out for a single. Stalemate after ball number 1. So what am I looking for over here? Walshy, ahoy mate. Three balls gone in this opening over. Just the 1 run. Fantastic start. Jocker, ahoy mate. Go the Canes as well, says Walshy. Lots of Hurricane supporters here, which is good. That's who I'm going for. Christian815, ahoy there, mate. I was going to ask you who Bit is. Who's Bit? Who's he talking to? I mean, Bit, that sounds neither a compliment or an insult, so I didn't know what to think. Warner has no idea where he's placed that one. A big miscue. They scamper through for a single. That was Sanger's call to come running through for the one there. But David Warner was all at sea there. Walshy, you're from Tassie, so a Hurricane supporter. Very nice. That makes sense. Mind you, I'm from Brisbane. I go for the Brisbane Heat, but that's like... Oh, and the Brisbane Bandits in the baseball, but that's the only two Brisbane teams that I support. Bowen, Kevin. Ahoy there, mate. Here we go again. Sanger turns it to point for a dot ball to finish. Riley Meredith absolutely on point from ball number 1 to ball number 6. The first over's down and it's none for 2. The home side, the Hurricanes, winning the toss, electing to bowl first. And Riley Meredith has just solidified that decision with a fabulous first over. All that would have made it better would have been a wicket, of course. Danny, ahoy there. Danny says, let's go Thunder. Beats A1, ahoy mate. Welcome back. And yeah, Bowen saying it's been a pleasure tuning in for the BBL14. And don't forget, fans of other sports as well. Primarily, we do the NRL. Looking forward to the NRL season upcoming. And we've got the Six Nations kicking off this weekend for those rugby fans out there. So there's plenty of stuff coming up on the Wasted World of Sports. Reed Nichols, ahoy mate. Marcus Rogers, I feel like the Hurricanes are going to win this quite comfortably. David Warner cuts it away straight to the man at point, no run. Yeah, I think, I mean, look, it's just relentless bowling. We just had a solid over from Riley Meredith, and now here comes Cameron Gannon, and he is on the money from ball number 1. Zephy Robbo, or Zephyr, hang on. Zephyr Robbo. As Warner tries to open up the shoulders, doesn't get all of it, but does he get enough? Ellis is racing after it. Captain Courageous dives over the rope, but can't stop the 4. Well, it wasn't convincing, but David Warner strikes the first boundary of the game. None for 6 after 1.2. The pressure was mounting. David Warner says, enough of this. Come with me, boys. David Warner's going to have to put in a big show here tonight, I reckon. I mean, if David Warner knocks a century, there goes my prediction of an easy run chase for the Hurricanes. So Warner early, obviously a big wicket. Gannon slows this one down, drops it in a little shorter. And Warner patiently waits for it. Clubs it down to the man at mid-on. The Beetle. Ahoy there, mate. Happy long weekend. Yes. God, I swear, all the days blend together. It's insane. I was actually thinking to myself, I kind of feel like going out tonight. I don't know why. What could I do after the stream? And then I sort of remembered, probably not a whole lot, because Monday, and it's a public holiday. Probably not a whole lot of options. I could go to the casino. 5 runs off this over. A better one for the Thunder. Gannon in again to Sanger, who charges, lifts it over the top of cover for 4. Beautiful shot. And Gannon is under the pump now. 9 runs off the over. A couple of balls still to come down. And they're kind of in a situation where they have to go after Gannon, don't they? Because runs are not going to be easy to come by with Meredith and Ellis. Gannon is a good bowler, but if you had to pick somebody to go after, he's going to be the man. As Sanger turns this one off the pads, and it's racing away into the gap. He has picked the gap perfectly there, square on the leg side. And that was a monster over. 13 from it. Oh, there's still a border bowl as well. Just to make it even worse here for Big Gannon. Well, this has been a big let-off for the Thunder after Riley Meredith put on a near-perfect first over. They've decided to go after Gannon. Final ball of this huge over. Do the Thunder go again? Sanger, yes he does. Doesn't get all of it though. And they'll come back for 2. No, settle for 1. To finish that over, they were happy with that. 14 from it. It was a biggie. None for 16 after 2. They've recovered nicely after a brilliant first over from Meredith. 14 runs off the next over gets them nicely on track. 8 runs and over. So, yeah, look, David Warner could hold the keys to this. Is it going to be a huge total? Is it going to be a good total? Going to be a bad total. Tarana Kura, you have a multi. Very nice. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Riley Meredith to come in and bowl another over. I just wonder if this was the plan or if this is damage limitation. Meredith bowling that extra over in the power play. Bangs it in short, gets the top edge. It's gone straight up in the air. Racing backwards is one fielder, racing in is another. And it lands safely between the two. Well, that's unlucky for the Hurricanes. Lucky for the Thunder. It really depends which side of the fence you're on, if that was lucky or unlucky. Sanger had no idea about that. Just hung there. Getting in between the deep square leg and the man running back from square leg inside the circle. Goes again, Sanger with everything he's got over the covers for 4. Well, will it get there? It pulls up in the outfield. Made a fool out of me. That made a complete twit out of me, that did. Had a little backspin on it. He got underneath it so much, it had some backspin. That's the old classic snooker. Put some backspin on the ball. Set yourself up for the next shot. 4 off this over so far. Cruz, Leggett, ahoy there, mate. What a game this will be. Drops it in short, and Sanger has all of that. Pulls it away for 6. Square on the leg side. Riley Meredith just drops it in way too short there. No. That should have been a full ball. Got every single piece of that, Sanger. And now, Riley Meredith getting taken to town. Good start for the Thunder. 10 off this over. Goes again. Fuller ball. Cut away and through point for 4. Sanger is putting on a show. Never mind David Warner. Sanger goes to 24 of 10 deliveries. This is Riley Meredith, arguably the best bowler of BBL 14. And Sanger is clubbing him around here like he's playing, I don't know, bloody grade cricket. 14 runs off this over. It's none for 30. Still 2 balls left. Meredith, slower ball. Full. Yorker. Pushed to the offside for 1. Jeez. I never thought that one would say this when you've got David Warner down the other end, but they might be happy for Sanger to be off strike here. Now they've got David Warner to contend with. None for 31 after 2.5. They were 2 runs off the first over. Sanger going very well indeed. Meredith, last ball of this big over. David Warner happy to just turn it around to square leg for a single. Trainer SZN. Oh, Cricket, thank you very much for the roses and the TikTok. Very much appreciated. Cheers, mate. None for 32 after 3 overs. Tirana Kuro, Warner 30 plus into stars to win at $4.50. I wonder who they really meant there. Trainer SZN already lost to the multi from Sanger. Michelle, ahoy. Jocker, I haven't put one on. I've given up on multis till the NRL season starts. I got off to a good start this BBL, but then I went on a bad run, and there's Ellis into the bowling attack now. A slower ball to start, pace off, and Warner can't get it away. Hits it straight to the fielder. What's that old song? You've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. And I have run screaming from BBL14 multis. Bring on the NRL season. I'll be all over the multis again. Ellis is bowling now. Right on the money again. And another dot ball. I feel like this might have been the plan in the first place. Ellis to bowl over number 3. But I just wonder if that over against Gannon changed things slightly. I don't know. I don't know what their plan was to begin with. Rafiq, who have I got to win? Well, the Hurricanes. I think the Hurricanes will still do it. They've let it slip a little bit here, though, early on. Plenty of time, though, to turn things around as Warner guides this one through point for a couple more runs. Sanger's been doing the damage, though. 25 off 11. Two runs off the first over. I'll probably mention that quite a few times throughout the course of the night, just so that we don't forget. 2 runs they scored off that first over from Meredith. Warner drives down the ground straight to the man at mid-off. They come through for a quick single, though. And the Hurricanes, after that first over, had their tails up, and the early shots that broke the shackles, they weren't convincing, but they landed them safely. They got their boundaries. They're hitting them pretty cleanly now. 2 balls left here. Ellis, 3 off the over so far. Been a good one. Slower ball, outside or stump. Sanger opens the face. Guides it out to point. They're coming back for 2. A good throw would have had him, but it wasn't. It was a terrible throw. And Wade's hurt himself trying to field that. Shocking throw. Matty Wade, he had to reach out for it. Hurt himself. Oh, he's copped it right in the knee is what's happened. He's tried to flick the ball back. There was no point trying to catch it and whip the bails off traditionally because he was too far away from the stumps. It was a shocker throw. He's tried to flick it onto the stumps with his glove, and it's cocked him right in the knee. Oh, and he's still feeling it. Sanger 27 of 12. Only 5 off this over. The last of the power play. Slower ball. Sanger goes after it. Gets underneath it and gets it over the top of mid-off. And Tim David does an extremely good job down there on the boundary, but they'll come back for 2 at least. And they've turned it into 3. None for 40. 4 overs gone. That's the end of the power play. A great one for the Sydney Thunder. 2 runs off the first over. There, I've said it again. I told you, I'm going to say it fairly often. It's amazing how quickly it turns around. And once a batsman gets their eye in, where do you bowl to them? How do you bowl to them? Riley Meredith got absolutely belted in his second over. David Warner hasn't really had to do anything yet. That's the scary part. Sanger going along well, gives Warner the time that he needs to just get his eye in. Hatzelglue, they've turned to spin immediately. Now, if this turns out to be a spinner's paradise, would it be fair to say or suggest, as Sanger swings and misses at this one outside off, if it turns out to be a spinner's paradise, would it be fair to say that this actually makes it maybe, just maybe, slight advantage to the Thunder? The Hurricanes have gone immediately to the spin. Dot ball to start. Hatzelglue. Sanger backs away this time to give himself room. Punches straight to the man at cover. The Canes are selling. Says Rayner is a cutie patootie. Well, one thing that I did mention at the very top of the stream, and the Hurricanes, they've been to 2 finals and they've fallen apart in both of them. Could the Hurricanes just be one of those teams that no matter what era their team is in, for some reason they just stumble at the final hurdle? Could it be? Who knows? There's a long way to go in this one, of course. A couple of quick wickets, as we know. And this completely turns on its head. The Sydney Swans of the BBL? Well, I wouldn't know. Do the Sydney Swans make finals, grand finals, and not win them? If so, then yes. Because they've been in 2. The Hurricanes have made 2 finals in the past. They've lost both of them. The Sydney Thunder, I believe, have only made 1 final, and they won it. Warner wants 2 here. Quick running on the first one. Direct hit would have been interesting. But again, they're taking on the fielders and winning. Turning these ones into 2s. Rayner is a cutie patootie. I hate the Thunder so much. None for 43. Reverse sweep is pulled out, and it's a beauty from Warner. It's gone away for 4. Wow. Ever since the first over, the Thunder have just been cruising along here. A reverse sweep now, just that's insulting. The ultimate insult is a perfectly pulled off reverse sweep. Harley's AFL talk. Ahoy there, mate. I'm still siding with the Hurricanes as Warner whips this one away. Picks out the deep mid wicket. Just the 1 run. Jai Marshall, 525. Ahoy. I love sports. Come on, boys. Let's win this. Who's the boys? I love sports. Thunder. Thunder on top, baby, was the previous message there. Jai Marshall says it feels so weird to be in the final already. Gone so quick, but that's been the beauty of it. That has been the beauty of it, Jai. In recent years, the BBL has just sort of been meandering on for too long. Cricket Australia listened to the feedback and shortened this season, which I think has been a fantastic decision because we found ourselves in a scenario, didn't we, that right down to the very last game, the finals weren't decided until the very last game. And that's what you want from a competition. It's brought the excitement back. I mean, honestly, so unenthralled we must have been in previous couple of seasons of Big Bash as Chris Jordan now comes into the attack, starts with a slower ball. Is slightly off the top edge and a short third man. Picks it up and finds it back in, and a top ball to start here for Chris Jordan. So as I was about to say, yeah, so engrossed, obviously, we were in previous renditions of the BBL, is it popped up on our Facebook memories today, Michelle and I, this post that had been made about how we're going to be covering the Big Bash Eliminator Final. And I've seen it. I've gone, I have no memory of this at all. I thought this was the first time that we've done BBL14. There's Jordan in for ball number 2. Wide outside off, chopped down by Sanger. They'll come through for a quick single. And then I get a message from Michelle later on going, I don't remember this, with a screenshot of the post. I'm like, that's hilarious. I was just thinking that earlier. I have no memory of that whatsoever. Every single stream in BBL 14, I've been saying this is the first time we've covered BBL 14, and it's been so fun. Well, apparently it wasn't. Anyway, it's definitely the first time we've done it on TikTok, as Jordan, with 2 singles to start, comes in for ball number 3. It pops up on Warner. He manages to keep it down just enough. Short of the fielder, well short, and they come through for a single. Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mate. Reed is shouting a party for me. Oh, God. You know what? I really, really hope that one day I can actually come to one of these parties that gets shouted for me. Meanwhile, I'm there on the screen. I'm there in spirit. By the way, the Thunder have brought up 51 runs in amongst this over of singles. Miscommunication, but no damage done. The fielder was right back on the rope. Sky Finks, ahoy. Ah, God, the Thunder have got off to a very good start, but as we know, wickets are the key. I still think the Hurricanes would have to be favourites at home at the moment, but obviously they need a wicket. They need a wicket soon. 4 singles off this over. 4 singles off this over. Reverses again. Does Warner gets it just over the top. Just over the top of the backward square. And away it goes for 4. Well, he's getting cheeky now, this little Hobart. Frustration from the fielders. Frustration for the bowler. The game is being played at Ninja Stadium, Hobart. Final ball of the over. Slower one on the leg side from Jordan. They want 2 here. Surely push square on the leg side. And again, well run from the Thunder. Turning these ones into 2s. Another 10 runs from this over, I believe. I'm not going to count it. Terrible at maths. But it is none for, what are they? None for 58 after 6. Chook Light. Ahoy there. Can I get a shout out for my mate, Maxo? Ahoy there, Maxo. Cool name. I'll drink to that. Turtle asks who is batting. A Sanger, Jay Sanger, that is, because I know there's a couple of Sangers. More Sangers in this team than a Bunny's Barbecue. And David Warner. Huh? Oh, who's bowling? Who's bowling? Well, Gannon now for the Hurricanes. Jocker asks, would you rather hit the winning run for your team or take the winning wicket? I wouldn't care as long as I was winning the game for the team. None for 59 here. Slower ball from Gannon. And Warner doesn't get to the pace of this. And they come through for what I assume is going to be a leg by, but there could have been contact there with the bat. We'll see. Colton 06, thank you very much for the rose. And it has gone as runs for David Warner, so it was off the bat there. Mitchell Jimmy, how well are the Thunder batting right now? Very well. Slower ball, Sanger. It was too close to the body for a cut. He tried it anyway and nearly got a cheeky little edge through. It landed short of Wade, so it didn't matter too much anyway. A shout out for your mate Kobe. Zephyr Robbo. And your mate Kobe. Shorter ball, Sanger. Tries to pull it square. It goes straight down the ground. Jordan's there to fire it back to the keeper's end. Just the one run. 3 from this over so far. A better one for Gannon. But that wasn't hard to do, considering 14 off his first over. Mitchell Munro, after 8 tough years of being a Thunder fan, I might finally feel joy. I'm a Brisbane Heat supporter. Edged, is it? No, it's beaten the bats. Lots of outswing. And a dot ball. Boy, that must have been close. Yes, Mitchell Munro, Brisbane Heat fan, so I know all about a long, long period of time between championships. Final ball of the over, a good one for Gannon. Slower ball, Warner tries to guide it down past the short third man. Still gives up the single, but only 4 runs off that over. A much better one for the Hurricanes. And it's none for 62 after 7 now. Your multi's looking good. Tirana Kura, that's good. I'll tell you what's not looking good at the moment. Actually, I'll check it out at the innings break. I won't get sidetracked with it. But, boy, crypto's been down today. It's not been a good day for crypto traders like myself. Chaudhry into the bowling attack now. None for 62 after 7. Moot up broski. Ahoy there. Jake Kinslow. Do you think Hobart win there first? I'm still sticking with the home side for now. They've just got such a good bowling unit. I think that they will tighten things up here at some point. Chaudhry wide outside off. Sanger cuts it away but can't beat the man at point. They still come through for a single. He was more a backward point there. Oh, well, backward point. It's still a point, isn't it? Chaudhry to Warner. Cuts this one away. square on the offside. Through for another single. 3 ones off this one so far. Cameron asks if I think Warner can get the most runs for the Thunder. Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely he can, as Sanger drives square on the offside, just the one. Because it seems at the moment that Sanger is doing the bigger hitting. Warner seems to be playing one of those controlled innings that we saw from him earlier on when he got 80s and 100s. And, well, did he get 100? I think he got short. But Warner seems like he's in one of those moods where he's going to anchor the entire innings. Sanger can do the big hitting, so he's just as likely to get out first. And there we go, Sanger down on one knee, but you're not going to get out when you hit it that far. And he sends this sailing over the mid-wicket rope for 6. Taking on the last ball of the over. That's what they've been doing. Punching ones and pushing twos. And then, if things haven't gone their way, they go for the big hit on the very last ball of the over. And Sanger has got every little piece of that. And this is looking a bit shaky at the moment for the Hurricanes. They need a wicket, Nick. They need a wicket. They've got to break this partnership. None for 73. After 8, Hurricanes are underdogs now. Excuse me. Oh, God. That was that burrito that I had for dinner. Chan, ahoy there, mate. Happy Australia Day. Atzelglue back into the attack. 8 runs off his first over. David Warner on strike. Moves across to the offside. Just strong arms it back down the ground. Ethan, ahoy there. G'day from New Zealand. None for 74. Sanger, 43 off 24. Sanger had a bit of a yawn there, I think, at the batter's crease. Steps to the leg side. Can't beat Ellis there at cover. And a dot ball, and that's brought the crowd to life as well. An applause for the first dot ball in what seems like an eternity. Sanger gets it off the top edge, and it's over the top of backward point. And racing away to the boundary, but they do dive and cut it off. They'll come back for 3. Pushing that extra single again. The running between the wickets has been immense. Matthew Dolby, ahoy, mate. Sydney looking very good at the moment. It's been a fantastic season. The Hurricanes, though, if they do falter, questions would have to be asked, right? 3 finals, 3 losses. Sydney Thunder, 2 finals, 2 wins. Should it go that way? Atzelglue puts it right in the slot for David Warner, and Warner does not miss out, but old mate in the crowd does. Old mate in the crowd's gone diving over the top of people to try and catch this one. The funny thing is, he was diving across the seats to try and catch the ball as it went sailing over his head about 3 rows behind him. He wasn't even close. Atzelglue's just dropped this a half volley. I mean, that's batting practice for David Warner. I mean, that's batting practice for Glenn McGrath, for goodness sake. That's a shocking ball. Warner now backs away and chops it through the offside for 4. And this is just disgraceful. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm coming off a bit harsh, but the Hurricanes built this season on their bowling attack. Where's it gone? They have like a 10 out of 10 bowling unit that is just relentless. Well, it's not far from relentless tonight. They are under the pump big time. As Warner now pushes down the ground for two more. It's another single they've turned into two. End of the over. 16 runs off that one. It's none for 89 after 9. And what is going on here? The Hurricanes, Riley Meredith bowls the first over. And there's only 2 runs off it, and they've got their tails up. And from that moment on, it's just been all Sydney Thunder. Now, there has been a little bit of luck in there. Little bit of luck. But that little bit of luck got them going. Once they got going, these balls have been flying out of the middle of the bat with authority. Alex, ahoy there, mate. Alex says there's so much lightning near Homebush. I think it's a sign. Come on, Thunder. Logan Horton says typical Hurricanes play good all year and then choke in the granny as Gannon's back in to bowl his third. None for 18 off 2 so far, but let's not forget 14 of those came off 1 over. Kimi Räikkönen's secret child. You know what? I always had a feeling that Kimi was a little bit of a player. Little Kimmys all over the world. None for 89 after 9.1. Sanger now pushes to the offside. 46 off 28. And David Warner's caught up. David Warner's 43 off 28. Sanger 46 off 28. Gannon starts with 2 top balls. Sanger tries to pull this one over the fence. Doesn't get hold of it. Just a single. Out there to deep square leg. Matthew Dolby, plenty of action coming up too on the waist. Well, Matthew Dolby specifically, I thought might have an interest in the Six Nations that starts this weekend. This weekend? Yeah, this weekend I think it starts. Warner backs up in the crease, upishly cut away, and it's through backward point for 4. And again, this is poor bowling. There's no protection out there, so why drop it in short on the offside? There is nobody out there on the rope. Let's bang it in short and on the offside for Warner to just free up the arms and guide it down there. Poor bowling. Again, this time he can't get it past the short third man. Just a single. And, of course, the NRL season is not too far away either. And for a little bit of fun, we are going to be doing a special stream for the WWE Royal Rumble. I don't watch a whole lot of wrestling anymore. Not like when I was in school. I used to watch it every day. But I still like to chuck on the Royal Rumble. Slower ball, Sanger turns it off the pads for a single. They'll push 2 here, though, the way they've been running. And they do push 2. And the throw's nowhere near the stumps. 10 overs gone. It's none for 97. Sanger is 47 off 29. Warner is 49 off 30 now, sorry. And Warner is 47. Thunder are just too good at the moment, Chan. Too good at the moment. 10 overs gone. None for 97. Wow. I mean, they have built themselves quite the foundation here. It's interesting following as a neutral. Like, if you've been joining the streams for quite some time, then you know that I'm a Brisbane Heat supporter, so it's kind of it's weird sometimes. It's weird watching a game sometimes when you have no real No real emotional investment. Marshy 79, flat wicket, or is there something in the pitch? The only thing, honestly, and this might be a little bit harsh, but the only thing really that I can see that's happening out there is just some really surprisingly terrible bowling from the Hobart Hurricanes. All of them. Riley Meredith has been probably, in my opinion anyway, the best bowler of BBL14 so far. And even he's missing his line and length. I don't think there's anything unusual. And they've pushed 2 again, have they? No, that's a replay. Never mind. They're showing us a replay. But some really, really disastrous bowling. And yes, absolutely, we can't judge a pitch. We say it every stream. We can't judge a wicket until both teams have batted and bowled on it. We'll have to see. We shall wait and see. But yes, some truly horrible bowling. I mean, for example, that last over from Gannon was going well. A dot ball, a single, and then for some inexplicable reason, with no fielders out on the rope on the offside, he drops a short, wide one outside off to David Warner, who spanks it away for 4. Says, thank you very much. I mean, just poor bowling. Nathan Ellis back into the bowling attack. And Channel 7 is making us do the old switcheroo. Someone remind me to send that letter to, or email. It's emails these days. Someone remind me to send that email to Channel 7 and say, oi, Channel 7, you own these stations. Pick one and leave it on there. None of this changing halfway through a delivery. Or at least make the changeover in the drinks break. Edge Desert taken by Wade. Big shout. And Warner's on his way. That is a huge wicket. And it is the captain, Ellis. Warner is walking after spending a little bit of time out there, summing up his options, wondering what's going on with his life. He finally walks. And Ellis, the captain, gets the breakthrough. Now, is this a turning point? 2 balls after drinks break. And David Warner falls just short of a... Well, he's not left the ground yet, David Warner. He is clinging to hope here. Perhaps Ellis has overstepped. David Warner still hasn't passed the rope. He's looking back longingly to the crease. Well, the foot's a mile behind the line, so that's no issue. Edged and Wade diving forward. Gloves under the ball. Clean catch. It bobbles. He's out. He's got to go. Oh, jeez. It was a lot closer than I thought, but that is out. Out. I'm giving this. Come on, let's get on with it. It's out. It was Warner. Yes, David. David Warner. The Hobbit is back in the dugout. Come on. Let's get on with it. Out. And there we go. 1 for 97. David Warner falls for 48. Just what was needed for the Hurricanes. Oh, no. Brady, you needed him for a 50 to win $300. Oh, that's got to be painful. See, this is why I stopped betting until the NRL season. Painful stuff like that. Needing a 50 for the win and son of a bitch getting out for 48. Matt Jilks is the new man out. Michelle says that kid looked so disappointed he didn't get a hand slap. Poor kid, it's not that sad. How was he going to give a hand slap anyway? Ellis, the tails are up now for the Hurricanes. Bowled him! 2 in a row! Oh, the captain leading from the front. Jilks has gone for a golden duck. And this game has just turned on its head. Here come the Hurricanes. You got it, Michelle. You got it in one. Exactly where my mind was. Edged back onto the stumps. Jilks, very little footwork. And middle stump goes bending backwards. Oh, they're pumped up now, the home side. Here they come. And of course, it is the captain leading the way from the front. He's on a hat trick. How many hat trick opportunities have we seen in BBL 14 as well, by the way? Oh, was it that kid down the front? Did he try again? The one in the hat? It looks like he's still upset over the last time. Well, here we go. This is the big wicket now. Sam Billings out to the middle to face the hat trick ball. Sam Billings, well, Sanger is also a big wicket, but Sam Billings would be a massive strike. Sanger, he's going very well, obviously, 49 or 30. I probably want the wicket of Billings. Officially played and falls just short of the man at mid-off, Tim David. Oh. It was so nearly a hat-trick. It was the length of a frilly-necked lizard away. It falls just short. 2 for 97. This is some good bowling, though. Ben Eggleton, ahoy there, mate. I'll go for the Brisbane Heat. Ellis charging in again. Slower ball. Billings has no idea. Bends it down just in front of his feet. 2 wickets and no runs so far off this over. 1 delivery still to go. Is this the turning point of the match? Two for 97. Will that start from Warner and Sanger be the difference maker in the game? Final delivery of this over. It's been a sensational one. Slower ball again, turned off the hips for 1. They'll push for 2, will they? Yes. They get back easily. 2 runs and 2 wickets off that over from Ellis, the captain, leading the way from the front. 2 for 99, 11 overs gone. Jordan, ahoy, mate. Did I see your artwork? No, I can't say that I have. Yeah, I don't spend a whole lot of time on the Discord. Especially not on a game day. I'll pop in and post. But very rarely do I go searching through the thread. Says Jordan into bowl now. Sanger bats it down to the onside for his 50. And they come back for 2. A good throw would have been close, but they've been taking those 2s all night, haven't they? 50 for Sanger. It's been a great performance. Jason Sanger. Heath McDonald. Ahoy, mate. Doing very well, thank you. Very excited here for the cricket, for the final of BBL 14. 50 for Jason Sanger. Wide down the leg side from Jordan. He'll have to bowl that one again. 2 for 102. But it's been a very interesting one. It really has. The Hurricanes arguably have been heads and tails the best bowling attack in BBL 14. It's amazing how they've just fallen away tonight as Sanger cuts this one past backward point for 4. Beautiful shot. Preston, ahoy there. This ball is a 6. Well, you were close. It was a 4. Heath McDonald, do you follow AFL at all? I do not. But my oft-times co-host, she follows the AFL. Another single to finish. Oh, we're not finished the over yet. We're halfway through. Preston, I would personally, I'm a Brisbane Heat supporter, so I don't really care, first and foremost. But I'd like to see the Hurricanes win. I mean, the Hurricanes have been to the final twice before, and they've fallen short. It'd be nice to see somebody new win it. Driven straight back to the bowler, Jordan. Can't collect it, but does keep it to a dot ball. I know it's my favorite. It's my favorite thing to say about a game, but it's very delicately poised at the moment. That should be on a t-shirt. Delicately poised. That'll be one for the ICC Champions Trophy coverage, I reckon. That'll be a cricket t-shirt. Delicately poised. Jordan floats one up. Slower ball outside off. Billings slightly off the inside edge. But it's down to mid-on for a single. Heath McDonald, you're a Stars fan? I really, really thought the Stars were going to go on a run and win the whole thing. I really did. Houston footy, who do I think will win? Look, I'm still with the Hurricanes at the moment. Sun's up, mate. What did Warner get out for? Warner got out for 48. As Sanger happy to just push it down the ground for a single to finish. The long on. 2 for 109, 12 overs gone. Reece Daly, have Hurricanes batted? No, the Hurricanes won the toss and elected to bowl first. And the Sydney Thunder are 2 for 109. So the Hurricanes will be chasing later on. There we go. I'm all caught up on the chat room, I think. Heath McDonald says if the Hurricanes win the title, it'll make the Stars the only team without a title. And then the Stars will win next season, and then everybody will have won one. I know it would be pretty terrible, I'm sure, to be the last team to win one, though. I really, really thought this year was the year of the Star, though. I really did. Chaudhry to Sanger, who cuts it away. 4 runs through point. Chaudhry, too short, too wide. That's been the case. Too short, too wide. Story of the night for the Hurricanes here. Nice full ball on middle stump this time, and they come through for a single. But that was better bowling. Sanger goes to 62 off 36. Anthony, ahoy there, mate. Who have I got winning the Super Bowl, KC or Philly? Christ, I don't know. I do love a good Philly cheesesteak, so let's go Philly. Billings with the reverse sweep, gets it nice and fine and gets it to the rope. Potentially a good effort down there from Hatzelglute. Has he saved the boundary? They'll have to have a closer look at that one. But Sam Billings, what the hell was that? Mate, you just moved the rope further in. If you're going to fix the rope, make sure that it's back a little bit. Don't just bring it in closer by 4 meters. What's he doing? Did he hit his head? Not how you do that, mate. Let's have a look and see if he saved the 4 here. Having a look and seeing if he's touching the rope. Very close. Deserves to save a boundary. Eight from this over so far. Again, too much width. They've got protection out on the rope this time, though. This is just such poor bowling. I just can't fathom how poor this bowling is. Nine off this over. 2 for 118. Billings advances. Turns it to the leg side just for 1. Two for 119, 12.5 gone. Sanger just opens up the face. Little delicate late cut, but short third man there in place. Stops that one, and a single to finish. 2 for 120, 13 overs gone. So the Sydney Thunder here looking to rebuild after a couple of quick wickets. Oh, what? There's another election coming up? Bloody hell. Didn't we just have one? I don't follow politics at all, so I feel like we just had one. I am the most non-political person you'll probably ever meet. I don't care for it. I don't even talk about it. The only reason I mention it now, of course, is the ad came on the television. Now, what's this say? This telling me it's detected. It's detected that the live chat didn't appear on your screen in the past 2 minutes. Try using a mobile device to view comments. Oh. Okay. Swing and a miss from Billings as Gannon comes back in to bowl his last over. Two for 121. Let's see if... oh, straight down the ground. Billings has crushed it. Advancing down the wicket. Stepping off to the leg side just a wee bit to give himself room. And here has scorched this straight down the ground for 4. Ethan, ahoy there. Warner got out for 48. Gina Ferricini, ahoy. Another boundary. 5 runs off this over so far. Billings is starting to get going. That's bad news for the Hurricanes. Steps across the stumps to create that half volley and scoops it over square leg for 6. Here we go. Sam Billings is getting rolling. Sanger is 65 off 39. Billings. He's getting a move along as well. Bailey, ahoy there. Bailey's asking for a score prediction. Oh, boy. Okay. So, 6 overs left after this one. So, 36 deliveries. You would expect in T20 at least a run a ball. So, that would take them to 166. They're obviously going a lot better than that. Jeez. I reckon they could be looking at 190 plus. A wicket or two will slow them down, of course. Let's say 196. $11 off this over. 1 ball to go. Gannon's been taking a task again. They come through for a quick single to finish that over, and they've collided. Matthew Wade and Jason Sanger have collided, and Sanger's come off second best, trying to shake off the hand there. Taking a little bit of bump with Matthew Wade. 2 for 132, 14 overs gone. Yes, so 6 overs remaining. Bailey, you've got the game on your TV, but you like listening to me talk about it. Oh, I'll drink to that. Cheers. Very much appreciate that. MJ Campbell, who do I reckon will win? Oh, at the moment, still leaning towards the Hurricanes. That's probably look, I don't have a dog in the fight, so to speak, as Billings tries to go the ramp. They come back for 2. Well run again. They had no right for 2 runs there. I go for the Brisbane Heat, so I don't really care necessarily who wins. But it would be nice to see the Hurricanes win their first title. If my team can't do it, then I usually have a preference for the team that hasn't won one. Meredith to Billings. Slower ball, clean bowled him! Clean bowled! And there's one of those wickets that we were talking about, and of course it is that man, Riley Meredith. And Ellis, the bowlers who are doing the damage here for the Hurricanes. The captain and arguably the bowler of the season for BBL14. Beautiful in-swinging Yorker, and Billings has been cleaned up. The Hurricanes, that's a huge wicket. Wickets are all that's going to slow down the Thunder here, and Billings goes for a quick-fire 20 or 14. Riley Meredith has come to the party. 2 runs only off his first over, but then outside of that, it's not been a normal night until now. That was a beautiful delivery. Clean bowled. MJ Campbell, you go for the Renegades, but you're hoping the Canes win their first title too. And the Renegades are disappointed as Ollie Davies comes out to the wicket now. Ollie Davies and Jason Sanger. The Renegades really disappointed me. After the first few games, I actually had the Renegades as my smoky to make the final. Big Josh Brown coming over from the Brisbane Heat. Meredith in again, short ball. Davies pulls it away into the gap, but well fielded out there. At the deep mid-wicket has come racing around. Slides across and saves the 4. Yeah, the Renegades ended up having a very disappointing year overall. I thought they recruited really well for BBL14. Josh Brown coming over especially, but yeah, they just didn't quite get it done, did they? The Renegades. 4 runs and a wicket off this over for Meredith. Davies again. Punches to the offside. They come through for a quick single. They are challenging the fielders, and the fielders have not hit the stumps once tonight, I don't think. And if the fielders are not hitting the stumps, then why not keep on taking them on? Three for 136. 14.3 overs gone. Meredith again. Outside off Sanger. Close to the body, but still tries to cut it away. Picks out Caleb Jewell there in the field. Ollie is the best. Your friend Keelan says ahoy. Ahoy, Keelan. Leo likes league. Ahoy there. Leo likes league. I'm very much looking forward to the rugby league season starting back up again. The bread and butter of this channel is this one's banged in a little short. Davies pulls it away. Doesn't get all of it. Probably lucky for him, because it falls short of the man at deep mid wicket. And it's a single to finish. 3 for 139, 15 overs gone. All right, so that wicket did just slow them down a little bit. So let's reevaluate. 5 overs to go. So that's 30 deliveries. You expect at least, worst case scenario, a run a ball at the back end of an innings. So that would take them to 169. They're only 3 wickets down. Plenty of batting to come. 169. I said 196. We might just pull that back a little bit. Let's pull that back to 186. 186 is the new target. Power surge still to come. I don't think they've called the surge yet. Unless they called the surge and I just completely missed it. Zephyr Robbo, you need Ollie Davies to hit a 6 for your multi. Swing and a miss outside off stump from Davies. Well, this is a tough battle here. Ellis, 2 for 10. Back into the attack to bowl his third. Okay, surge is still to come. Yeah, maybe I'll stick with my original 196 then. Surge still to come. Let's stick with my original 196. Blake Edwards, 43. Warner got out for 48. Ellis into Davies. Ball and on off stump. Driven away through the offside, through the covers. And they come back for 2 again. Extremely well run. Jocker says 193. Oh, 3 runs difference between us. Do I think Davies will hit a 6? I'd be a little bit concerned about that, honestly. Yeah, I'd be a little concerned about that. Ollie is the best. Do I play video games? Yes, sir. I've got a video gaming channel on YouTube as Davies gets this off the top edge, but it's just over the top of the man at backward point. Racing away to the boundary. And they are slipping in the outfield again. They'll come back for a third. Fabulous running between the wickets. Once more, Davies moves to 9 off 6. I hope that he hits a 6 for you, Zephyr Robbo. I'll be cheering him on for your multi. A little bit concerning, though, isn't it? The way that he's batting at the moment. XJC, ahoy, mates. Ellis in again. Drops it in short. Sanger pulls it away and picks out the man at deep square leg on the rope. Just a single. Zephyr Robbo. Do I like Jason Skleprendorf? Is that meant to be Jason Berendorf? Ellis, slower ball. Davies just paddles down to long on. 1 run. Yes, Solly is the best. Seek out Intoxigamer on YouTube. And that is my video game channel. Final ball here for Ellis. 7 off the over so far. A slower ball. Sanger goes after it. Skies it. Should be taken. A simple catch at mid-off by McDermott. And it's 4 for 146. Now that is a big wicket. That's a mighty big wicket. 196 might just be out of the equation now. We'll see. They do still have the surge to come. But Ellis takes his 3rd wicket. And that is the end of Jason Sanger. Now Sanger going before the power surge. That's huge. Big wicket, but he's done some damage. Of course, 67 or 42. It's 4 for 146. They're still very well placed here, the Thunder. 4 overs to go. Geez, they're not seriously leaving the surge for the end, are they? Max says, come on, Thunder. Still got some work to do. Chris Green, the mini Bondi vet. Well, I mean, when I say I realize he's like, Chris Green's like 8 foot tall. So when I say mini, I just mean like, oh, here we go. Here comes the power surge. The power surge has been called. Right, well, Ollie Davies will have to do the heavy lifting here. We know Chris Green can hit, but to be expected to do it right from ball number 1. Chris Jordan to bowl the first of the surge overs. If there's going to be a 6 from Ollie Davies, it's going to be now. Well, there he goes. He skies it. He's got all of it. He sends it over the rope just. We'll need to have a closer look, but it looks like there is a 6 for Ollie Davies. The first ball of the power surge. And it starts with a maximum. Oh, there we go. The multi's still on. Zephyr Robbo. 82 meters over deep mid wicket. It just got there. Four for 152. Jordan to Davies again. Backs away. Cuts it straight back down the pitch. Jordan fields his own bowling. A dot ball. Zephyr Robbo, stop saying Skleppy Dorf in the chat. I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. Four for 152. Jordan again drops it in a little short. Davies pulls it away into the gap. Well fielded out there, though. They come back for a second. Davies retains the strike. Four for 154. 16.3 overs gone. 3 balls left here in the opening surge over. Chris Jordan. Fuller on this occasion. Cut straight to the man at point. Through for a single. All right. Chris Green gets his first delivery. You need Caleb Jewell and Tim David to hit a 6. Oh. I mean, that's certainly an opportunity. I'm just wondering, and it'll be interesting to see who's right at the end of the night. I'm just wondering if Mitch Owen might have been a more likely candidate than Caleb Jewell. But, I mean, we know Caleb Jewell can hit them, so... Four for 156 as Green is off the mark immediately. Christopher Albanian says the Hurricanes will win. Owen's on form this year, absolutely. Absolutely. Mitch Owen was one of my first... When I was building multis, he was one of the first names on the list. Edged over the top of Wade for 4. Davies gets away with that one. 14 runs off the opening surge over, and it's 4 for 160. 17 overs gone. Oh. All right, so we've got 3 overs left. One of them is a power surge. At the very least, all right, well, surge, let's say they get 10 runs from the surge, 170. And there's 2 overs left, which you would expect at least a run of ball. 12, that'd be 182. Factor in some edges and whatnot. Yeah, look, I did revise to 186. I said 196 originally, revised to 186. I'm feeling happy about that 186. Green on strike. Here comes Ellis to bowl the last of his spell. 3 for 17. Bangs it in short. Green just clubs it over the top, just over the top of Chris Jordan at mid-off. And they come back for a second. Again, running between the wickets has been very good. Zephyr Robbo, you reckon Mitch Owen will get out early? AB1 says 170 to 185, you think? And Christopher Albanian says Hurricanes can score 160. Ellis, wide, outside off stump. Green punches to the offside, misfield, but then Jordan cleans up the scraps. Just a single, lucky. They're having a laugh about it, but geez, can't be misfielding. Not in a power surge. 4 for 162. Wide outside off again. Cut away from Davies. Picks out the man at point. And just a single. Well fielded out there, keeping it to a single. They've been turning those into 2s all night long. 4 for 164. This has been a good over so far. 4 runs from it. Can he finish it off here? The captain has been immense tonight. 3 for 21. Going around the wicket, Ellis. Changing the angle. Green advances, doesn't get any of that at all. It just dribbles to Chris Jordan at mid-off, and they come through for a single. He checks his bat, and he needs a replacement. Oh, he's broken his bat, Chris Green. Vamos, Sio. My prediction... Well, you know what? My prediction at the start of the night was the Hurricanes might just win it very easily. I think that prediction is out the window. I don't think they're going to chase this score down very easily. Well bowled by Ellis, full and just outside the off stump. Davies swings and misses. Ellis has been leading from the front. It's been a captain's performance. I would almost be... Look, if the Hurricanes go on a win, I'd be... Ellis has put up a good argument for him being man of the match. Of course, we have to wait and see how the Hurricanes bat. Maybe somebody single-handedly wins it with the bat. But Ellis, at the moment, single-handedly with the ball, has been responsible for keeping his team in it. A great over, just a single to finish. Ellis finishes his spell at 3 for 23. And it's 4 for 166, 18 overs gone. All right, so, reevaluating. 2 overs left. You would expect at least a runner ball in the back end. So that takes them to 178. Factor in some big hitting. Factor in some edges that fly through a vacant slip cordon, for example. If they go 8 and over, 16, 184. Yeah, that's getting closer to that 186 that I revised to a few overs ago. If they somehow manage to keep them under 180, yes, as Dash has just said in the chat room, they should be chasing 180 plus. Tough to chase in a final. And after the foundation that the Thunder set themselves at the start, as that's a crowd catch, that one, a bump ball, the crowd cheers. But it's a single. Davies gets down the non-striker's end. Yeah, especially the foundation that the Thunder gave themselves at the start of the innings. Anything less than 180 would be a huge psychological victory for the Hurricanes going into the innings break. Riley Meredith to bowl his last. Targets green on the legs. Down the ground for a single to long on. They've done really well to slow them down. Four for 168. AB1 says, yep, should have been 190 to 210. They just lost. They lost their wickets in combinations, didn't they? One wicket fell, like Ellis was on a hat trick, so that was 2 in a row. And then the other 2 fell in fairly quick succession. That one seemed very high. Has been called a wide. Ollie Davies appealing to the square leg umpire, but no call. There's been no consistency with those calls all season long. And it's a dot ball. Ollie Davies was not happy. Meredith in again, wide outside. Oh, swing and a miss. This is good bowling now. The back end of the innings, the bowling has been on point. They sort of went astray a little bit at the start and during the middle overs. They've definitely found their line and length again here at the back end. Just 2 runs off this over so far, Meredith. Frustrating Davies. Drops it in short. Davies pulls it away. Doesn't get all of it. Picks out the man at deep square leg. McDermott takes the catch. Davies, you could sense it. He was getting frustrated. And he has tried for the big hoik, square of the wicket. Straight down the gullet of deep square leg. And it's 5 for 168. And the Hurricanes have reined this right back in with some brilliant bowling. Meredith's got 2. Ellis has got 3. They're the only bowlers doing anything. This monumental bowling unit all season long, well, apart from the first game, but most of the season, this monumental bowling attack, and it's really been a two-man show tonight. Meredith and Ellis. 5 for 168. Well, let's reevaluate again. We said 196. And then a couple of wickets fell. We reevaluated and said 186. Let's reevaluate again and say, geez, they'll be struggling along to 176 here. 5 for 168. 7 balls remaining. Final ball here for Meredith. He has ended up bowling well. He lost his way in his second over. He started extremely well, of course. Only 2 runs from his first over. Only 2 runs from this one and a wicket so far. Can he finish on a high? Gutton goes after him, pulls him straight to the man at long on. And he gets 2 in a row. They're falling apart here, the Sydney Thunder. Tim David is down there on the long on fence. And another one falls. Meredith will be on a hat trick to start BBL 15. I don't think it works that way, but wouldn't it be funny? Tim David, Mr. Reliable in the field. Riley Meredith takes 2 from 2. 3 for 27 to finish his spell, which is very close to Ellis's 3 for 20-something in his spell as well. 6 for 168, 19 overs gone. They have fallen away big time here, the Sydney Thunder. I mean, they were on track for a 200-plus score. Now it looks like they're not even going to get to 180. And that's unforgivable from the position they were in. Some incredible bowling at the back end from Ellis and Meredith specifically, as Nathan McAndrew now out to the crease. Well, we know that he can hit. We know that McAndrew can hit. So maybe, just maybe, let's not write off the 180 just yet. Green, back into the pads. Wake up, Jordan! They come through for a single. I think they were only ever going to take the one anyway, because they need McAndrew on strike. Here's the question. Why does Chris Green come in higher up the order in a situation like tonight, especially when they were calling the power surge? When Ollie Davies was still out there, Chris Green came in and they called the power surge immediately. Would you not give McAndrew a bump up the order in that situation? Jordan in, McAndrew goes after it, gets under it slightly, and it'll bounce just short of the man at long off. And they've come back for a second. If you know that you're going to be calling the surge, send one of your heavy hitters out there. Yeah. These are things that easy to say with the benefit of hindsight, though, aren't they? 6 for 171. 4 deliveries left. Oh, that's 2 full. That's 2 full from Jordan. Is this going to be called a no ball? It's a full toss that has collected the batsman on the hip. I get it. It's hit him on the hip, so it's, yeah, dropped under the waist height there. Just. They've come through for a leg bye. 6 for 172. 3 deliveries left. Crucial here for Jordan and the Hurricanes to finish the job. If the Thunder go in with a couple of big sixes, well, that's a wide. That's a wide outside off. If the Thunder finish this with a couple of big sixes, all the hard work is done. And the Thunder go into the innings break carrying all the momentum. So they've got to keep it tight here, the Hurricanes. Got to do that one again, Chris Jordan. 3 balls left. Green on strike. Again, it's wide. Outside off stump. Clubbed back down the ground for 4. Chris Green. Straight back down the ground. Black bats it. Oh, that's a big boundary. 6 for 177. It looks like they're going to get their 180. 2 deliveries to go. Jordan to Green, full. Edged for 4 through the vacant slip cordon. There's the 180 up. And there is 181 up. Six for 181. 1 ball to go. And the Sydney Thunder now, despite the Hurricanes' fight back, the Sydney Thunder take the momentum into the innings break. A poor last few balls from Chris Jordan. None for 46 off his 3.4. He's been shocking tonight. Final ball of the innings. And it's a half volley outside off, slapped away, but the man at point covers it off. They come back for a second, it'll be a run out. 7 for 182 is what they finish up with. Gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to chase down. Yep, I had said 186. Jocker had said 183. Well, we've got to say, with a countback system, Jocker, Price is Right style, closest without going over. No, hang on. That won't work. Because we both went over in that instant. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you were closer than I was. Yeah, forget the Price is Right rules. Doesn't work at all in this scenario. Jason Callaway, ahoy! How are you doing, mate? You're never going to let me live that down, are you? UFC, ahoy there, mate. Yeah, good job, Jocker. Mind you, I said 196 first, the way they were going. Delicately poised game. I know that's my favourite saying in the cricket streams. Delicately poised game. But it really is 7 for 182, so they're about 20 or 30 off of what they could have been after the start they got off to, but 182 is obviously still a very good score for a T20. The Hurricanes will be feeling the pressure. The Thunder took all the momentum from that last over into the innings break, and we know how important that can be. Oh, I might be slightly leaning towards the Thunder now, to be honest. Mind you, here's another thing to consider. The Hurricanes spinners were largely irrelevant. They didn't really do anything. The Sydney Thunder have a very spin-heavy bowling lineup. Look, let's stick with my original tip. Hurricanes to win. But this is going to be a hell of a run chase, though. I'm excited for it. Maybe, though, just maybe, common sense would suggest that the Sydney Thunder have a slight advantage getting that score on the board. Getting them over 180, that was critical. I think if the Hurricanes had have kept the Thunder under 180, then it would have been a completely different story. Hurricanes would have gone into the innings break with all the confidence, all the momentum. But the Sydney Thunder have gone, okay, this is not exactly where we could have ended up, but 180 is still going to be a big ask if we bowl well. And so those final four deliveries of the last over just sent the Thunder, got them across that line and sent them into the sheds for this innings break with the psychological advantage, I would say. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know. What do you think, chat room? Who are we leaning towards? Let's take into consideration the pressure of a final as well. That has got to factor into it. The pressure of a final. It's easy to say. It's very easy to say for the players, right? It's simple to go out there and say, oh yeah, we don't think about things like the Hurricanes have been in 2 finals and lost them both. We don't think about that because different team, different players. But you do think about things like that. Stuff like that does factor in to a certain extent. Anyone who's ever played sports at any level knows that sort of stuff does enter your brain. Now, different qualities of player react to that differently. They're able to block it out or be determined to change history, defy history. Well, that's where the similarities end with women's sport, Michelle, yes. Although if we were watching women's cricket and there were 6 to win off the last ball, pretty much forget about that happening. Unless they move the ropes in about 20 meters for the women's game, but they won't do that because equality and all. But I digress. Let's not even run the risk. Riley McPherson says Hobart chase 182 with ease. With ease. Well, I did say at the top of the stream, my prediction before a ball was even bowled was that the Hurricanes would win comfortably, chase down with 3 or 4 overs to spare. So we'll see. If they chase down 182 with ease, my pre-game prediction will be all right. Rainer is a cutie patootie says, if Mitch Owen goes out early, we lose. Aiden Curtis says, depends how they go in the power play. The Sydney Thunder ended up having a very good power play, didn't they? Except for the first over. The first over was a shocker for the Thunder, but then they responded well and got themselves up there. Potentially looks like the wicket is going to slow. Potentially, says C. There you go. Some input there from the chat rooms. 7 for 182, though. Innings break. I need to have a quick break myself. Looking forward to the run chase. There we go. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. You know, I've talked about it on streams before. But for the dog owners out there, or just pet owners in general, probably, but specifically in my situation here, a dog. So for the dog owners out there, you ever get those situations where you glance over, you're checking on your little fur baby there, and they're so comfortable. They look so comfy there, fast asleep on her bed. She is. I'm looking down, but I'm like, she's very still. I know she's sleeping, but she's very still. Is she breathing? And you have a close look, and you're waiting to see the stomach with the breath. And it's like, hang on, I haven't seen it yet. And you just stare because you don't want to go over and poke the dog. Oi, are you alive? I've done that a few times recently during the streams. I just looking over there, waiting to make sure she's breathing. Andrew says they should not have sent in Chris Green or Garton. Andrew, God bless you, sir. Remember when McAndrew came out and I said, it's easy to say this in retrospect or with the benefit of hindsight. Same thing, I suppose. But I did raise the question. I said, if they knew, if they being the Sydney Thunder, if they knew they were going to be calling the power surge, why did they send Chris Green out? Why? Because if they knew they were calling the surge, wouldn't you send out one of your bigger hitters? And if he gets out, he gets out. I mean, if he gets out, he gets out. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Bloody weird. Absolutely, yeah, weird. And they obviously knew they were going to take the power surge. It makes no sense to send him out there. And it's not that Chris Green is an absolute schlub with the bat or anything, but he's not who I would turn to be hitting big hits off straight off ball number one. You know? And absolutely, Kyle, 100%. They were certainly banking on Sanger still being out there to call the surge. But you've got to think on the fly, don't you? Obviously, it would have been very ideal. Sanger and Ollie Davies to start the surge. That has a completely different complexion on it. But yeah, when Sanger went, surely you got to change up your thinking. But anyway, look, they might have had faith in Chris Green. As I said, Chris Green he's not exactly a schlub with the bat. And once again, easy to say with the benefit of hindsight, isn't it? Walshy 10, thank you very much for the rose. Very much appreciated. All right, I'm going to have a quick break for the change over here. I'll go and have a quick whiz. Drain the lizard. And be right back. Looking forward to this run chase. Coming up, 182 is the score that's been set. I think, this is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is going to be close. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Wasted Water Sports, live on YouTube, live on TikTok. When the footy season starts, we will be live once again on Twitch and Facebook. wastedsports.com.au. The stream's staying active. I'm just, go and have the innings break. And be back for the run chase right after this. All right, let's do this. The run chase. Sorry, that was probably really loud. I've just screamed into the microphone. Let's do it. The run chase is about to commence. Nathan McAndrew has got the ball. And the run chase about to get underway. These crucial opening overs. Early wickets could sink the ship. The Hurricanes will be relying a lot on Mitch Owen to get the ball rolling. BBL14 comes down to this. The final 20 overs. 9.15, the required run rate. McAndrew starts with a wide down the leg side, a huge wide. It goes all the way to the fence for 4. Oh, no. No. They've come out with all the momentum, and McAndrew has literally just thrown it away down the leg side. 4 wides. And it's 5 runs without a ball being bowled. Well, without a legal ball being bowled. That is the worst possible start here for... That's better. Full. And on middle stump, chopped away, but straight to backward point for a dot ball. But what a bonus here for the Hurricanes. 5. Without a ball technically being bowled. Mitch Owen and Caleb Jewell opening. Drifting onto the pads. Big shout for LBW, but this goes away down to the fine leg boundary. It's 4 more. What a start here for the Hurricanes. Leg buys this time. It was 4 wides to start. So 4 and the wide made it a 5er, and this is leg buys. A frustrating start here for for McAndrew and the Thunder. None for 9 off 2 balls. 174 needed off 118. And that required run rate immediately dips under 9. Big swing and a miss from Owen. AB1 says Jewell needs to help Owen, not just throw his wicket away like he does most of the time. Good call there, AB1. Very good call. Yeah, so, hey, TikTokers, should we do, like, one night after this BBL final and before the footy season starts, should we do, because I know that as McAndrew comes in again, and that's half volley in the slot, and Mitch Owen sends this over deep mid-wicket for 6. That is a monster of a hit. And there we go. There's the 6. Who was I talking to in the chat room about Caleb Jewell or Mitch Owen? Who was going to hit a 6? Mitch Owen has got there first. Not to say Caleb Jewell still won't get one, but Mitch Owen's got there first. Barton 87 says game over, Canes win. Wow, someone gives up easily. This one's edged fine down the leg side for 4 more. Boy, they are riding their luck here at the moment, the Hurricanes. McAndrew is getting frustrated. Well, more than frustration, it looks like he's getting furious. Owen steps away to the leg side to give himself room. McAndrew does the exact right thing, follows him, but it just gets an edge. And it races away to the fine leg fence. 15 runs off this opening over, 1 ball left, and it's right in the slot and clubbed over the covers for 4. What a massive over, 19 runs from it. And that's how you start a run chase. Well, it's none for 23. It's even worse. They hadn't updated the scorecard yet. It's none for 23. Mitch Owen's got 14. Caleb Jewell yet to get off the mark. 9 extras in the over. And that is a disaster of a start for the Sydney Thunder. Yeah, so obviously we're very new to TikTok. And we've been doing some investing. Well, when I say we, I mean my off-times co-host Michelle has been doing some research. And apparently it can be quite beneficial to the channel to do like the when people guest into a live stream. What I'm thinking is if people on TikTok are kind of interested, maybe one night after the BBL14, we should just do like a season recap stream where we just shoot the breeze. I'll jump on and it'll be open for multi-guest invites or something. And we can just shoot the breeze, recap BBL14, and get ready for the NRL season. As McAndrew is out of the attack, Andrew is into the attack. They've turned to spin immediately. And Caleb Jewell sweeps this away. Well fielded out there on the fence to save the boundary. They'll come back for 2, I would hope. Certainly something that I'd be open to. I'd be open to doing if enough people were interested. As Jewell now clubs this away onto the leg side, picks out the man on the rope. Will Main, ahoy, mate. Who knows? We might even be able to drag Michelle into that one. Defunk, ahoy, buddy. I think he's talking about pot usage. UFC. Jed McDermott, ahoy there. Go the Cane. Hey, you're not related to Ben, are you, by any chance? Wide down the leg side. It's falling apart here for the Sydney Thunder. No, you're not? Okay. I had to ask. Sean, 1989. That was some first over. And it looks like it's going to be some second over too, as Mitch Owen tonks this into the... He has literally knocked a crowd member over with that 6. He's literally sent that poor bloke on his ass. That is a huge 6. 88 meters, and they're falling over each other there. There's a pile of bodies left stranded on the hill. A glorious hit there from Mitch Owen. Walshy, thank you very much for the heart me there as well. I missed that one. He goes again, Owen. Same shot, same place. Doesn't get all of it. 1 bounce. And over the rope for 4. UFC says pot is the least of the substances that is damaged by brain. Oh, I hear that, my friend. I hear that. It's actually quite beneficial if done correctly. None for 37 off 1.4. 2 deliveries left. Owen backs away, gives himself room, and he's frustrated that he only gets a single here. Clumbing it down to long off. Sam Gow says this is a joke. He's not happy there, Sam. Sean 1989, can I commentate for 7 or Fox? They couldn't handle me, my friend. They could not handle the likes of me. Final ball of the over here, Andrews. And it's just pushed through the gap. Well, that's some lazy fielding there. Oh, what's going on here? Some lazy fielding. And they come back for a second. No wicket for 40. 2 overs gone. This is insane. I have no words. Danny Wu says Mitch owns. Oh, I'll drink to that. I love the wordplay there. Mitch owns the Sydney Thunder at the moment. Wes Agar into the attack. None for 40 off 2, 20 runs per over at the moment. Agar to Owen. Owen goes again and skies it into the stands. It's into the upper deck. It's over deep square leg into the upper deck. Oh, the crowd has gone mental. The home crowd has gone absolutely berserk. It's none for 46 of 2.1 overs. How do you come back from this? How do you fight back if you're the Sydney Thunder? Well, obviously a wicket would do it. 137 off 107. They have annihilated here to start. Mitch Owen, 31 off 10. None for 46 of 2.1. This is insane. As a Gray, ahoy there. Go Hurricanes. Nate B, 2011, ahoy. Andrew's just like, I don't want to watch anymore. Mitch Owen backs away to the off leg side, gives himself room, clubs it over long on for 6. Now this is some impressive batting. Mitch Owen moves to 37 of 12 deliveries. Or is he on 31? He advances the bowler, steps to the leg side. He's still chewing his gum so casually. Mitch Owen goes again on the leg side. That's 6 more. Wow, this is incredible. This is an amazing thing to be part of. It's like stick cricket in real life. This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Mitch Owen, take a bow. Andrew, thank you very much, mate. I'll drink to that. Cheers. I go for the Brisbane Heat. So as a neutral, I'm absolutely enjoying this. 18 off this over so far. Owen backs away, gives himself room again, clubs it over the covers for 4. This is insanity. Owen moves to 47 of 14 deliveries. How many records are about to be broken tonight? And the name on all of them will be Mitch Owen. Stick cricket in real life. And Wes Agar, just that despondent look on his face. None for 62. Owen swing and a miss. Ambitious appeal from behind the stumps for Billings. 22 runs off that over as well. Keeps the run rate above 20. None for 62. You are not mishearing me. It is none for 62 off 3 overs. None for 62 off 3 overs. There is still another over to go of the power play. The Sydney Thunder were none for 40, I believe. Or just below, none for 38. The Hobart Hurricanes have well and truly won the power play. And it's not even over yet. McAndrew in to bowl his second over. Mitch Owen is 47 off 15. Caleb Jewell has just been down the other end enjoying the show like the rest of us. Caleb Jewell, 5 off 3. He's only faced 3 balls. I'm sorry, that's funny. Here we go. Jewell goes for the ramp. Misses it. Curran is crashing out. What the hell is this bowling? Blake, ahoy there. Even though you're not saying ahoy to me just yet, you're saying ahoy to UFC. I'm going to jump in early and say ahoy, Blake. Jewell drives in the air, dropped. And now confusion, a chance of a run out. There's bodies all over the place. Oh, a dropped catch, a missed run out. The Sydney Thunder have fallen to pieces before our very eyes. Regulation catch in the covers, dropped. Chance of a run out, missed the stumps. Nobody was at the stumps backing up. And there's bodies everywhere. Sydney, there's green jumpers all over the turf. Jewell again, uppishly played. Misfield now. Oh my God. Now a misfield. And another misfield, and they don't come back for the second. What has happened to the Sydney Thunder? Mitchell Owen has just spanked them into, I mean, they've turned into the Benny Hill show. $47 or 15. And this team has suddenly forgotten how to play. Incredible. None for 63 of 3.3 overs. $120 to win off 99 balls. Slower ball outside off, and it's just scooped up over the top of backward point from Mitch Owen for 4. That's his 50. He's done it in 16 deliveries. 51 runs off 60. They're literally throwing babies in the air here in Hobart. Babies are literally being thrown in the air. The excitement from the home crowd. 51 runs off 16 deliveries. It is none for 67. 3.4 overs gone. 116 to win off 98. And the Sydney Thunder are just bereft of ideas at this point. McAndrew, a slow full toss outside off. And Owen deals with it. Scoops it over the covers for 6. Terrible bowling. Incredible batting, and the home crowd, this sea of purple, are just drowning out anything that could possibly be going through the minds of the Sydney Thunder players out there. They are getting dismantled here in hostile territory. Final ball of the over. McAndrew, wide full toss, outside off. And it's cut away. Protection on the boundary at deep point. The crowd boos at the fact that there's only a single of that delivery. McAndrew is none for 31 off his 2 overs so far. It's none for 74 after 4. the Hobart Hurricanes. What kind of records are on the line here tonight? What kind of records are about to be shattered by this Hobart Hurricanes team? We've been talking pretty much all season long about their bowling attack. Holy hell. What about the batting? The batting has come to life tonight. Well, by one man in particular. Mitch Owen, third fastest 50 in BBL history. There you go. MJ Campbell says this could be the fastest ever run chase, chasing 180 plus. Except Taj, thank you very much for the heart me. Kind of missed that in amongst all the excitement, but thank you very much. Cheers. Wouldn't it be nice if it were the Brisbane Heat doing this? Chris Green into the bowling attack. Mitch Owen, it's a full toss, way above waist height. Owen immediately glances at the square leg umpire. Flat bats it back down the ground for a single. And that is just a single. They're not going to call this a no ball. Well, yeah, okay, that one was a bit tight. That was a close one in the end, I suppose. We have been seeing those let go, in fairness. Yes, that is Matthew. That is 74 or 4 overs as Jewel now backs away, cuts it into the gap. Out to deep point, just the single. Harvey Broster says, since when was there 2 batting? I've only seen 1. Oh, it's been the Mitch Owen show. It has been the Mitch Owen show. 59 off 19. Caleb Jewell's been down the other end, 7 off 7. Just enjoying the show like the rest of us. Enjoying stick cricket in real life. As Owen now scoops it up just wide of the man at cover and into the gap. It won't be 4, but they'll come back for at least 2, maybe 3. They've come back for 2. Everyone loves a good game of stick cricket, right? I mean, this is the closest I've ever seen to stick cricket in real life. Zephyr Robbo says, I told you Mitch Owen would get out early. He still might get out technically early. I mean, if he gets out this over, he's still out early. Technically, he's just done a lot of damage early. None for 78, 4.4. Green drops it in short. Owen just gets it over the head of the man who does an amazing effort at deep mid-wicket to leap into the air and try and take the catch. But it's another 6. Well, you can't drop it in that short when a batsman's in this kind of form. It's another 6. Fabulous effort there at deep mid-wicket, but no chance. I tell you what, if you love stick cricket, I recommend checking out Hit Wicket on mobile devices. Half volley, Owen, he's left that one out there. He's missed one. He's missed one, Mitch Owen. $11 off that over. It's none for 85. 5 overs gone. But yes, Hit Wicket is a game that I've been playing relentlessly throughout the course of the BBL season. I still play it to this day. A fabulous game. And you can do PvP as well, so bit of fun. Friends can play each other. Jocker says, my brother deleted my Hit Wicket. Oh, how dare he? How dare he? None for 85 or 5 overs. 98 runs needed off 90 balls. Mitch Owen is on strike. Sanger into the bowling attack now. Harvey Broster. Do I have VR? I do not, unfortunately. That's about the one thing I don't have in this studio is VR. There's actually there's a dude that does content, Tommy Dude, I think he is. I mean, there's probably a few of them, don't get me wrong, but one that I see pop up in my algorithm quite often is a Pommy Dude that plays his VR cricket. Swept away on the bounce to the man at deep square leg, just a single. None for 87. 5.2 overs gone. The required run rate is 6.55. Remember, that was up around 9. It was above 9, actually, when this innings first started. And they have just demolished the power play. Sanger wide down the leg side. Owen down on one knee, scoops it over deep square leg for 6. This is an incredible. Oh, that baby is still getting tossed in the air. Well, it's not really a baby. It's a, what do you call it? Toddler. What do you call it? Toddler in the crowd. Scooped away for 6 more. None for 93. Look at that. I won't say it. 2 more balls left in this over. Sanger tosses it up, floats it up. It's cut away for a single. Mitch Owens, 76 of 27. None for 94. 89 off 85. Sanger out the back of the hand, tosses it up, and Caleb Jewell now getting involved. Cuts this away for 4. Caleb Jewell's decided to get in on the action. 4 to finish the over, 13 from it. None for 98 after 6. YouTube chat crowd. Have you guys ever done the, and I apologize, I'm not going to scroll up and see, maybe it's already been talked about. But have you guys done those, or know of those special gummies? James and I were discussing, James from the YouTube chats in the NRL season, we're discussing getting hold of them. We found a place to get them. Anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Don't, it's all good. Chris Green back into the bowling attack. It's none for 98 after 6. Owen turns it fine down the leg side. It's racing away. Sanger is out there to field it. They're going to come back for 3 runs, though. Owen moves to 79 of 28 deliveries. Oh, nice. UFC says my mate from California brought some over. Yeah, there's who's the guy that's always going on Joe Rogan? The big he's the reason that I know about them. And for his name escapes me. But yeah, he's a big advocate for them. Always goes on the Joe Rogan show, and they have a good laugh, and I get a good laugh out of those guys shooting the breeze. Renshaw. No, I don't think so. Renshaw's ZN. Who's my favorite BBL player? BBL14. It's been Cooper Youngblood Connolly. by far. Maybe now it's Mitch Owen, though, as this is wide down the offside. Is it going to be called? Yes, it is, eventually. Wide down the offside from Chris Green. Matt, ahoy there. Aguero, ahoy, mates. I rolled the R's again, didn't I? Swing and a miss from Mitch Owen. I can't believe it. A swing and a miss. And a dot ball. Matty Colkin, Perth Heat, plays Canberra Calvary. Yeah, I've stopped watching the baseball because the Brisbane Heat, not the Brisbane Heat. Well, the Brisbane Heat are terrible as well, but the Brisbane Bandits were so bad this season. I don't know what happened to the Bandits this year. As Owen gets another half volley on the leg side and says, "Thank you, sir." And it's another 6. Ollie is the best. Catch you later, mate. Well, there's a record. First player to hit that many 6s in a BBL final. None for 109. 6.4 overs. Goes again, Owen. Inside edge. Dot ball. And by the way, USC, yes, Joey Diaz. So it was Joey. Joey Diaz is who I'm thinking of. Final ball of the over. Chris Green. None for 22 off 1.5. Owen is 85 off 31. And he straight drive back to the bowler. Dot ball to finish. Joey Diaz gummies. I don't know if that search will work, but yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about. He gave some to Paulie Shaw. There's actually a video of Joey Diaz giving these gummies to Paulie Shaw. And Paulie Shaw gets so messed up. Like in the best way, in a really harmless way. He gets so messed up that he can't even continue with the podcast. It's hilarious. Michelle says the fastest BBL 100 is in 39 balls. Oh, okay, so yeah, it'll be tough for him to get there. But if he keeps hitting big, it's certainly on. Sanger back into the bowling attack. Starts with a dot. Jewel pulls it straight to the Hobart. Straight to the Hobart at mid-wicket. And the partnership is broken. Does the gate just open a wee bit? They needed a wicket, the Thunder. Caleb Jewell departs without hitting a 6. Kyle says, OMG, a wicket. 1 for 109. The Hurricanes need 74 from 76. Wickets just swing the gate open ever so slightly. MJ Campbell could beat Craig Simmons' record. I thought that would never be broken. Jordan says, come on the cane train. C says Thunder winning from here now. AB1 sold his wicket as usual, talking about Caleb Jewell there. DeHons, ahoy, mate. Well, Chowdhury's coming in at first drop. Chowdhury's coming in at first drop. 74 of 76. Well, the run rate will drop significantly. Chowdhury does take some time to get into his innings. We know that Chowdhury is a great batsman when he gets himself in, but he does take some time to get himself set. Mitch Owen back on strike. Cuts this away. Protection out on the rope there at square on the offside. Just a single. It's 1 for 111. 7.4 overs gone. Chowdhury edges it, caught. Another one falls. The gate has been opened. And the Sydney Thunder are not out of this. They're on the back foot. They're reeling, but they're not out of it. Chowdhury's gone. And here we go. David Warner leading from the front there, trying to pick up his team. Saying, come on, boys, we're still in this. It's 2 for 111, 2 quick wickets. Lakers fan, ahoy, mate. Go Hurricanes. The Hurricanes obviously are still well on top here. Under 6 runs and over with 8 wickets left in the dugout. A power surge that they're not even thinking about yet because they're not even at the halfway point. But wickets keep a team interested. Joey Diaz. I'm laughing. I just unlocked my phone. I'm laughing at just seeing the thumbnail of Joey Diaz. Ben McDermott out to the batting crease now. Harley edits F1. Oh, F1 fan. Nice. You reckon they got 6 overs and they are done. Two runs and 2 wickets off that over. Sanger gets things turning back the way of the Thunder, maybe, potentially. Looking forward to the Formula One year. Well, I'm looking forward to Formula One next year when the new regulations start. I still think that Red Bull will be a lot higher up than I want them to be, and Max Verstappen will still be higher up than I want them to be in 2025. They're still reaping the benefits of overspending the budget cap and not getting punished for it. So 2026, when the new regs come in, though, is when I think Red Bull might struggle. As Owen cuts this away to the offside. Just a single. He moves to 87 off 34. He's running out of time. Mitch Owen for that record. But I tell you what, with the fall of those 2 quick wickets, the last thing on Mitch Owen's mind right now will be any sort of records. He'll be thinking about the team first, I'm sure. 71 or 71, that's the requirement. McDermott backs away. Turns it to the leg side. They come back for 2. D-Funk, you're excited to see Hamilton in a Ferrari? I've already seen it. What an absolute stud. I thought he looked great in the black of Mercedes, or the black and silver of Mercedes. He looks prestigious in his red suit. And his fantastic new helmet design as well. Ladder 777, only record he wants, his first BBL trophy. I'll drink to that, mate. I'll drink to that. Absolutely, that's all he's thinking of. 87 or 34, lifts this one, scoops it up into the air. And it drops short at deep mid-wicket. Just a single, Owen. It's really toned down now. I think the show's over. And we're going to get a more traditional run chase from here on in. 67 from 68. McDermott opens the face, turns it to the offside. No run. Fired into the legs. McDermott turns it away to the leg side. Misfield. They'll come back for a second. The Sydney Thunder fielding has been disgraceful. And they steal a second run. It's 2 for... is that the end of the over? Yes, it is. 2 for 118. 9 overs gone. Yeah, honestly, Formula One is the only sport in the world I know where you can get caught cheating. Okay, so first of all, Red Bull get caught cheating. The governing body of the sport then negotiates with the team that got caught cheating about what their punishment is going to be, and they don't have any championships stripped from them. It's the only sport anywhere in the world I know that actually does that. We caught you, but we're going to discuss what you think a fair punishment will be, and you can keep the championships too. That's fine. Owen gets a half volley and clubs it over deep mid-wicket for 6. It almost hits the scoreboard. And he goes to 94 off 36. He's close to that record. 39, I think Michelle said. He's 1 hit away. Was it 39 or 36? He's 1 hit away anyway. Well, if it's 36, he can't get it. But yeah, 39. He's on 94 or 36. 39 balls is the record. He's got 3 chances here. Well, two to break it. Top edge, just short of the fielder there. 94 off 37. Do you think he knows about it? Do you think they sent word out to him? And now he's starting to panic a wee bit, maybe? I wouldn't send word out to him. Gets a half volley, scoops it square on the leg side. 1 bounce over the rope for 4. He's at 98. Oh, he's at 98. All he can do now is tie it. All he can do now is equal it. Yeah, do you reckon somebody... Oh, maybe it's on the big screen, yeah. Maybe it's on the big screen. He's gone after it. They'll push for 2 here. They should get 2 here. It's a deep boundary. They come back for the second, and he ties the record. 139 balls. Mitch Owen, what a show it's been. Chat room, any knowledge on who holds the record that Mitch Owen is now tied with? 100 off 39 balls. 2 for 130. The Hurricanes well on top here. C.J. Simmons. There you go. Whoever that is, to be honest. Oh, Craig Simmons. There we go. It's on the screen now. Craig Simmons, Glenn Maxwell, and Josh Brown equal with 41 balls. Goes again, Owen. Gets underneath it, but still should have enough. Yes, it does. It's another 6. It's raining 6s here in Hobart. 106 or 40 deliveries. And, oh, forget about... When the Hobart Hurricanes were bowling, remember I said Nathan Ellis, with his bowling performance, has an argument for man of the match, assuming that a batsman doesn't come out and single-handedly win the game. Mitch Owen has just single-handedly won man of the match with this effort. Incredible batting. What a shame that he didn't get the record, though. What a shame. I mean, there is no, what's the word? There's no shame in equaling the fastest, but boy, it would have been good to see him break it. Hard to believe. We're only at the halfway mark. 10 overs gone. It's 2 for 138. The players are having a drinks break out there. I don't need a drinks break. I've been drinking all night. I'll have a whiz break and be right back for the continuation of this. Well, you know, look, I said at the top of the stream that my prediction without a single ball being bowled was that the Hurricanes would win with 4 overs to spare. It might actually be on the money the way that it's going. All right, quick break. Be right back. Halfway point here at the run chase. 2 for 131. The required run rate is a measly 4.5. So they should chase that down very, very quickly. Be right back. All right. C says, if you hold your bladder, the game will be over in 2 more overs. MJ Campbell says, easily quickest century in finals history, considering none of the top 3 were in a finals game. Someone says, imagine if Hurricanes bat first would have set a BBL record. %100%. 100%, because obviously they wouldn't be stopping after the next 44 runs. XJC, you went water tubing over the weekend and you were sunburned. Owen goes again, scoops this high in the air, should be taken, and the show is finally over. The crowd erupts into a chorus of boos. But Mitch Owen is on his way. 3 for 139. But let's stand and applaud what we have just witnessed tonight. We have witnessed something very special. 108 or 42 deliveries. Man of the match for sure. I mean, unless one of the Sydney Thunder bowlers just rip through the rest of the batting order now. Oh, it couldn't possibly happen, could it? Someone sent a GG. Thank you, someone. Cheers, mate. Matthew Wade out to the middle now. 2 fresh batsmen for the first time. Danger. There's a slight hush over the crowd. A little bit of a hush over the crowd, and I've got to say I understand it because 44 runs from 58 balls seems very comfortable. You've got 2 fresh batsmen out of the crease. Exposes the chance of another couple of wickets. Andrews to Wade. Wade drives it straight to the cover. Dot ball. Reverse from Wade, and he swings and misses. Another top ball. Things are going to slow down greatly from here on out. Two balls left. Wade goes the reverse again. Beats the man in the circle, and that's away for 4. Matthew Wade is off the mark in the cheekiest way possible. Oh, God, yeah. Why wouldn't they take the surge with Mitch Owen out there? Just immediately take it. Well, yeah, because they don't need it, I suppose. Didn't need it. I mean, that's a fair point. Wade goes for the reverse again. Gets it through the legs of Billings. And they'll come through for a single. I probably would have taken it, in all honesty. The mood that Mitch Owen was in, if they take that surge, he probably gets the runs in those 2 overs. Single-handedly. Well, oh, God, excuse me. That was very unprofessional. Well, I think, when you don't need to, you don't need to. So I think it was just an insurance policy. Okay, if things do start to somehow go south, look, they're so far ahead at the moment, the Hurricanes. But if things do sort of go south, it's a little bit of an insurance policy, you know? So, yeah. And there's a couple of ways to look at it. There's actually no right or wrong answer. You could take the surge with Mitch Owen out there still, and Mitch Owen could hit 39 runs in the 2. Oh, God. Sorry, I had a burrito for dinner, and let's just say, bloody heartburn. I love the burritos, but they don't love me. Excuse me, I do apologize for all of that tonight. But yes, as I was saying, I totally see both sides of the argument. They didn't need to because they were traveling along way faster than the required run rate anyway. The idea of the power surge, obviously, is if you're struggling to get going, as Wade rips this away for 4 off the back foot. No, Button. Guzmani Gomez. Guzmani Gomez is my go-to burrito place. And I ordered a side of nachos as well because I know that I'm going to be hungry after the stream. 7 off this over so far. 3 for 151. 32 off 49. McDermott turns it square on the leg side. They come through for the quick single. Surely the Hurricanes do not cock this up from here. This would be, honestly, from here, this would be Brisbane Broncos 2023 Grand Final type of cock-up from here. If the Hurricanes lose this. Ladder 777 says, I'd be watching Bluey if the Canes was losing like this. Oh, here we go. Craig Simmons has posted on X. Serious knock by Big Boy Owen. Great 100 in a final. Power surge is being called. What an odd time, honestly, to call it. I'm not going to lie, that's a really odd time to call it. But anyway, 31 from 48. Wade and McDermott have seen 8 balls each. I mean, they didn't need to, but Logan Guy says, I don't even think Collingwood could lose from here, but then again, it's Collingwood. I'll have to take your word for that one, Logan, as a non-supporter of the AFL, has driven through the covers for 4 from McDermott on ball number 1. Picked the gap to perfection. Laser sight accuracy. Green just tosses it up. Great shot. What a start to the power surge. 27 or 47 to win. Do you reckon they're coming for it in the surge? Oh, inside edge. They'll come through for the quick single. Now, I said, without a single ball being bowled, just off the top of my head, said that Hurricanes to win quite comfortably. What's quite comfortable? Okay, 4 overs to spare. They're going to win this with more than 4 overs to spare, aren't they? 26 runs needed or 46 balls. They are winning this with way more than 4 overs to spare. Green into Wade. Wade waits for the ball, looks for the late cut. Bottom edge to the keeper on the bounce. Stop ball. 26 to win or 45 balls. Wade backs away, gets the outside edge, and it goes fine for 4 through the vacant slips. Beats the man in the circle. Racing down to that third man rope for 4. Katoa Matsukani. Still a chance, boys. Believe. Two balls left here for Green. Oh, this is an ambitious single, but they get through just fine. Taking on Green on the fielding off his own bowling. Required run rate 2.93. Kyle says 44 dot balls incoming. Exit Taj, what's this? Sam Constas comes in and ramps every ball for 6, winning it for the Thunder. Well, the Thunder can't win this with the bat. Misfield, they'll come back for 2. 12 off the over. Chris Green's had a shocker. None for 33 off 3. It's 3 for 164 off 13 overs. 19 runs to become the BBL14 champions here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Caden Corey says easy win for the Hurricanes. If Mitch, I swear to God, if Mitch Owen does not get man of the match, I swear to God, Mitch Owen has got to get man of the match. The old Panther have Thunder conceded. They lack urgency. I think that they conceded pretty early on. Yeah, pretty early on. Slower ball on the legs. Wade turns it down the leg side for 4. Will Main says first championship for the Hurricanes. Yes, Will, in 3 attempts. Hurricanes have been to the final twice before and lost. They are making sure this time they don't miss out. 15 runs needed, or 41. Zach, ahoy there. Steezy says give Owen IPL contract and Australia T20 contract. Wide down the leg side from Agar. Gets it all wrong. Paulie says not even a challenge. Zach is watching the cricket live. Aren't we all, Zach? Aren't we all? Someone says they could very well win it this over. Steezy says too easy for the Canes. But they could very well win it this over. 14. Agar, slower ball. On the pads. Wade turns it away. Should be 2. They come back. Well run. Zach, I go for the Brisbane Heat. I might have to go for the Hurricanes now. Since my team sucks. No, we won last year, so... Oh, I tipped the Hurricanes for this game, Zach. I picked the Hurricanes. I was hoping they would win. Wade backs away to the leg side. Agar follows him, and Wade says, thank you. I hoped you would do that. Pulls it away for 6 over square leg. They are going to win it this over. Matthew Wade was dancing all over the wicket there. Agar should have sent that to the offside, actually. I know that it's inbuilt. It's inbuilt to follow the batsman. But, I mean, in that scenario, full toss now. Oh, full toss. Turned square of the wicket. And a dot ball. Mitch Owen put on a show that it was such a it's one of those moments where it's such a privilege to be part of, right? F1 taperings, another F1 fan. Wow. It'd be pretty funny if they flop this. Oh, God. Wade backs away, punches it through the covers for 4. They're close now. 2 runs to win. The crowd is up. They're ready to celebrate. They are ready to celebrate here, the home fans. I said at the top of the stream, without a single ball being bowled, Hurricanes to win with 4 overs to spare. Well, they're going to do it with 6 overs to spare. 2 runs to win. Wade on strike. Agar in. Full toss. Stop ball. The crowd boos. 2 runs to win off 36 deliveries. The Hurricanes, BBL14 champions. Zach, when are you making another stream? Well, Zach, coming up on the Wasted World of Sports, we are going to be covering the Six Nations rugby, but our main content for 2025, as always, will be the NRL 2025 season. We'll also be doing the ICC Champions Trophy. But, yeah, primarily NRL 2025. I'll also be doing some Super Rugby when time permits. Plenty of action coming up on the Wasted World of Sports. We might even do some Formula 1 this year as well. Scooped away for 4 runs. And the Hobart Hurricanes have won. BBL 14 champions. Ben McDermott has hit the winning runs. Goes the ramp. Scoops it over the top of the short third man. And the Hobart Hurricanes have done it with practically 6 overs to go. We said at the top of the stream, without a single ball being bowled, we had just gone live and said Hobart Hurricanes to win with 4 overs to spare. Well, they have gone better. They've gone better. They've won it with basically 6 overs left. They win by 7 wickets. And the Hobart Hurricanes are your BBL 14 champions. And let's just soak in for a moment what we saw tonight from Mitch Owen. We were part of just one of those moments of history. We were part of something special. And even though I'm a Brisbane Heat supporter, I would have loved for my Brisbane Heat to have been, I wouldn't have wanted my Brisbane Heat to be part of this massacre if it played out exactly the same way. But you know what I'm trying to say. As a Brisbane Heat supporter, I would have loved for the Brisbane Heat to be in the final. But holy hell, if the Hurricanes were going to be in the final against us and put on this kind of performance, I'm kind of glad that we didn't get there. But as a neutral, is what I'm trying to say. As a neutral, this was something special to be part of. Obviously, it's going to be horrible for Sydney Thunder and their supporters to be on the receiving end of that. But, I mean, let's be honest, the Hobart Hurricanes, they've been the form team of the competition pretty much all year long. Let's be honest about that. Now, it's usually been their bowling that has sent the benchmark. Tonight, it was their batting that stepped up, and really, I mean, their batting hasn't been bad. I'm just saying that overall, their bowling has been what's got them out of jail more often than not, or set the standard. Tonight, it was the batting. It was all the batting. Aside from Riley Meredith and Nathan Ellis, the bowling was dismal tonight. The batting, though, especially from Mitch Owen, and he was ably supported in the middle order by Wade and McDermott there. Steadied the ship when it looked like it was just rocking a little bit. And the Hobart Hurricanes have won BBL 14 quite comfortably. God, do we need to break out the record books for the best win, most comprehensive win in a BBL final? Plenty more action coming up in the Wasted World of Sports, though. Your home of alternative commentary. We'll be covering the NRL season. Looking forward to NRL 2025. We're doing the Six Nations. The Six Nations kicks off this weekend. It's obviously a very awkward time for us Aussies, but I'll be up bright and early to cover all the footage there for the Europeans. The Six Nations kicks off, and yeah, the NRL season kicking off soon. We'll be covering all of that. Super Rugby when clashes allow. Wasted World of Sports live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Facebook, live on Twitch. Will Main says, do they get a trophy? Of course they get a trophy. BBL 14 champions. They will absolutely get a trophy. Jed McDermott, who do I go for in the NRL? The Sharks. The Sharks are my team. I also go for the Panthers because that's my dad's team. And for anybody who does join the Wasted World of Sports for the footy season, we'll get to meet my dad. because he comes on for the streams, and we also have a podcast together called Generations, available on YouTube, the Generations podcast, father and son, rugby league through the generations. So I've got a soft spot for the Panthers there. The only team... The team that I hate the most in NRL would be the Raiders. That team just pisses me off. That Viking clap that they stole from... that Viking clap that they stole just, irritates me. I mean, I dislike Reece Walsh and therefore dislike the Broncos quite immensely as well, but nothing beats the Raiders in terms of hatred when it comes to the NRL. That Viking clap is just like, oh, God. I mean, and I do apologize if there's any Raiders fans out there in the chat room, but, I mean, honestly, even the most diehard of Raiders supporters must surely know how goddamn ridiculous they look doing that Viking clap. But anyway, I digress. Will Main, you go for the Dolphins. Opinion. I'm very concerned for the Dolphins this year. I am very concerned for the Dolphins in 2025 because the Dolphins once again have not really recruited a gun player. The Dolphins have a very solid starting 13. If there's injuries, I'm very concerned for the Dolphins. They don't have the depth again this year. They don't have the depth. So I think the Dolphins will once again start very well and fall away at the back end of the season as injuries set in and just the lack of depth in the squad. Like, where do the players get the rest? Jed McDermott says, I go for the Panthers. Opinion. Nothing needs to be said, does it? Nothing needs to be said. Four championships, 4 grand final wins in a row, 5 grand finals in a row. Very, very likely to be in the grand final again this year. I think the Melbourne Storm will get the better of the Panthers in the grand final this year, though. It'll be Panthers Storm again, but the Storm will get the win this year, I think. Kyle says, "Who's my NRL team?" Yeah, I go for the Sharks. The Sharks are just at the moment. The problem for the Sharks at the moment is they've put all their eggs in the Nico Hines basket, and the Nico Hines basket is moldy and flaky. And the bottom's about to break out. Will Main says they have a 4-peat. The Panthers, ? Yes, they do. Yeah, they've won the last 4 in a row. And they've been in 5 grand finals in a row. They lost to the Storm, and then they beat the Rabbitohs, and then they was the Rabbitohs the first one? They lost to the Storm, they beat the Rabbitohs. But yeah, they lost to the Storm. They beat the Rabbitohs. They beat the Eels. They beat the Broncos. They beat the Storm. Yeah. Yeah. Matty Colkin, you, my friend, saw my post in the Discord earlier. The Rabbitohs, if they don't make the finals with Wayne Bennett as coach and the squad that they've got, I will shave my head on live stream. I will shave my head clean bald, which, let's face it, I'm headed that way anyway. May as well turn it into something. If the Rabbitohs do not make the finals, I will live stream me getting my head shaved because they've got the coach, they've got the players, they've got the squad, they've got the depth now. They will be in the finals. I don't think they'll win the comp. Not this year, but they will certainly be in the finals, and they will certainly shake up things at finals time. They'll go very close. I reckon they'll get into the preliminaries. Rabbitohs will get to the prelims, at least. %. Yeah, Andrew says AFB is a big recruit. He is, but we lost Royce Hunt. That's what pains me. This is what pains me about the Sharks. What pains me about the Sharks is Fanua Blake has come in. Like, one thing about the Sharks is I think we've got a backline with flair. A very capable backline. Sione Katoa is great. Ronaldo Mulitalo, I could give what I would actually, honestly, I would have Stone Street, to me, is more reliable than Mulitalo. Mulitalo is a little too showboaty for me. Mulitalo can be a 10 out of 10 player that you would always want on your team. But sometimes I just feel like, I would for consistency, for as a coach, I would rather Stone Street over Mulitalo, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, Mulitalo's got to tidy up his attitude a little bit, I think. But anyway, Fanua Blake's coming in, which is going to be fabulous for the Sharks. But we've lost Royce Hunt. I would have had a lot more faith in the Sharks' chances in 2025 if Royce Hunt was still there. Royce Hunt is off to the Tigers. A Fanua Blake, Royce Hunt 1-2 punch up the middle. Yes. I mean, a Royce Hunt, Fanua Blake 1-2 punch is equal, in my opinion, to that is equal to the Panthers, Fisher Harris, Spencer Leniu. Leniu left for the Roosters, of course, but Fisher Harris, Moses Leota 1-2 punch. But you know, we've lost Royce Hunt now to the Tigers, so I think that balances out Fanua Blake coming in a little bit, unless someone like a Brendan Hammond-Uele can wind back the clock and find the form that he had of a few seasons ago. If Big Braden can find his form, we're all sweet. But then again, my problem is in the halves as well. Like, Daniel Atkinson has played his last year. He's been signed up by the Dragons for 2026 onwards. The halves pairing for mine that was going to guide the Sharks into the future was Braden Trindle and Daniel Atkinson. I just don't have faith in Nico Hines as the answer. As a Sharks supporter, I would love nothing more than to be proved wrong. I would love for Nico Hines to come out and have a Dally M award-winning performance, take the Sharks to the grand final. I just don't see it happening. Like, at some point, you've just got to acknowledge that you got it wrong, and I think they've got it wrong. But anyway, I digress. There'll be plenty of time for us to talk about NRL coming up. We should actually be focusing on just how amazing that was that we just witnessed. Mitch Owen, I love talking about footy, though. NRL, we're new to TikTok, so talking about footy with all you TikTokers is brand new for us. We've been doing YouTube now for like 3 years. So it's been built upon NRL. The YouTube channel was built around NRL and Super Rugby and the rugby union internationals. We're very new to TikTok, so it's yeah, it's cool. It's cool to talk about NRL. So what we'll do, we'll definitely be covering all the footy on the TikTok now. We've found our home on TikTok. So as long as TikTok doesn't end up getting banned worldwide, we'll be live on TikTok as well as YouTube, as well as Twitch, as well as Facebook. It's Wasted World of Sports on all those social media platforms. Anyway, I'm off on all kinds of tangents here. Lockie Bragger, ahoy, mate. Lockie Bragger says Mitch Owen's life has just changed. Absolutely. We've also got a website that I'm going to be putting a lot more love into for 2025, wastedsports.com.au. wastedsports.com.au. I'll be putting a lot more love into that in the coming year. Should Mitch Owen play for Australia? Jeez, I mean, where do you fit him in, I suppose? I would. I'm just saying I would. I would, 100%. But from an Australian selector perspective, where do you fit him in? I would have him there, though. All right, Wasted World of Sports. I will take my leave. BBL14. It's been a spectacular season. Hobart Hurricanes deserving winners, in my opinion. Okay, how do I share this link? I've never quite figured it out. I've honestly never quite figured out how to share this link. I think I have to do it on my phone. I want to share a link to our Discord because we're going to end the live stream, but I'll hang about on Discord for a wee bit tonight after the stream. And we seem to be having troubles with actually getting the invites out. Invite people. Send a server invite link. Copy link. Can I paste it? No, I can't. See, I don't know why that doesn't work. Anyway. Hey, look, if you enjoy the content, follow, because we'll be back. Wasted World of Sports, live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Twitch, live on Facebook. We also have an Instagram. I might use the Instagram a bit more often in 2025 as well. If you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the stream, give us a follow on whatever platform you're on. And yeah, we'll figure out how to share the Discord for future streams. BBL14 might be over, but we are definitely not going anywhere. Plenty more action coming up. The Six Nations kick off this weekend. The NRL season is just around the corner. The ICC Champions Trophy is coming up. And we'll also be doing some fun stuff randomly, like the Royal Rumble is coming up in just a few days' time as well. We'll be covering that. Thank you so much for your company. Very much appreciated, as always. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much, truly, and cheers. Wasted World of Sports. Alternative sports commentary. Very alternative. The most alternative.